Okay, welcome friends of HaBaWaBa and Waterpolo. This is Fabrizio Napoli speaking from Waterpolo Development. We are here with a very special guest for this space we have on our social media account about HaBaWaBa community and Waterpolo community in the world. We have Prince Asante Sefa-Boakye. Hi, Prince. Hi, Asante. Well, I'll have to call you? Tell me, tell me.
Perfect. You perfect. You said Prince Asante works. Asante is cool, man.
Okay,
That
Asante.
works. Yeah,
Um,
Asante.
you are people knows people in HaBaWaBa, people in Waterpolo knows you already because you have
Mhm.
the founder. You're known to be the founder of the Black Star Polo project. That is this project that aims to develop water polo in Africa and especially in Ghana, starting from Ghana. That is your father's country, right? Uh,
Correct. Correct. Yeah, you do your homework. You study.
yeah, because Asante is
Yeah.
an US citizen, grown as a water polo player in California, but that is
Hmm.
bringing back water polo to his roots. That this is Ghana. So the what's update us, uh, tell us the project. What is the project now in Ghana? Because maybe not everybody knows that the under 12 Black Star Polo team this last summer should come to HaBaWaBa International Festival in Italy, but the
Yeah,
bureaucracy, the Italian bureaucracy, prevents the kids to come to Italy because they didn't give the kids the visa to come to Italy. That was very disappointing for them,
man.
for us too, because we were waiting for them at HaBaWaBa. But this this obstacle doesn't stop the Black Star Polo, right?
You've said it. You might as well be a member of our project. You know our values. Yeah, the program in Ghana, it's going so very well. Yeah, we had that big disappointment with the U12 team this summertime to go to HaBaWaBa in Lignano. And that project was especially, dear to us because that whole year, I remember getting the invitation from you, I believe, in January, and then from January to June, we were working with these kids, and these kids they come from very rural areas, very poor areas. So we are working to get them birth certificates. Then we got their birth certificates made. Then we got their passports. After we got their passports, we were working with the embassy to try to get our appointments, got their appointments, and then we were hit with this unfortunate denial from the Italian embassy. And it was really heartbreaking for a lot of the kids because there was a lot of effort, a lot of commitment, a lot of discipline that they showed because they were ready to play. But when I went to Lignano, because I have my U.S. passport, so I was able to travel and seeing the support from the community, from HaBaWaBa, from all the other water polo clubs, it was very encouraging. It was very helpful. And every day I would share videos back to the kids saying, see, look, don't worry. People are supporting us. Don't worry. They want us to be here. Don't worry. The time will come. And then when I came back to Ghana after the tournament, they were almost even more encouraged to take on the next challenge because it's funny. I trained them pretty difficult. We train in the deep side, and I'd have the young kids play with the size 5 ball. So I told them, hey, they play with a smaller size ball, and the quarters are different. And they say, oh, coach, we would have scored 100 goals. So now they have a new fire in them, and that's the best thing you can ask for as a coach, as a lover of the sport, is the fact that the kids are ready to bounce back after something terribly tragic happened to them. And since then, we've had the team going through some preseason trainings. I've had the select U12 HaBaWaBa team. I set them up for different games to play against the different members of our club. Some of them are older, some of them are also their same age. And I've actually just now informed the kids that we got the invitation for HaBaWaBa Brazil, because the whole time I was keeping everything a secret for them because I didn't want to, you know, worry them again or get them excited again. But now things are looking very positive. We've got a lot of
so
diplomats on our side.
so that's the
So
news.
yeah,
That's the news. Black Star Polo is
Yeah,
going to HaBaWaBa Brasil, so another continent.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
for people listening, HaBaWaBa is not only the main event in Lignano Sabbiadoro during the summer. We have a lot of events around the world thanks to the HaBaWaBa International Circuit that content as a content of this let's comprehend a lot of other events. One of these in the event in South America is HaBaWaBa Brasil, run by our friends of ABDA Bauru. That is a social project
yes,
in Bauru, the Sao Paulo state. That is amazing what they are doing there for the kids, for education and the sports of the kids. And HaBaWaBa Brasil is very happy. I've spoken with them.
oh yeah,
They're very happy to host the Black Star Polo and Ghana Water Polo. So this is very important news for all the HaBaWaBa community. This is very important, not because if you're talking, we are Waterpolo Development. We are working for develop water polo. So if you have an African team going in another country to play HaBaWaBa, that's a huge news for all the community, HaBaWaBa community. So Asante, when we are talking about your project, what one of the words that come up very easily is the enthusiasm. The enthusiasm
yeah,
that these kids had when they start to know water polo, start to discover water polo, and the way they play water polo, they make water polo their thing. No, you said me a very important thing, that is the sound of the word. How the sound of the word water polo change in Ghana.
yeah. And it's interesting, because in Ghana, we speak English, but there's also so many different dialects and African languages that's spoken there. So in Ghana, when you talk about water polo, it's actually Waterpolo.
Yeah. This is
So
very
it's funny because, you go from water polo to Waterpolo, it makes it their own.
yeah, you can find it funny at the first when you hear the first time, but if you think about it, it's a very important thing for all the movement, that even the word changes sounds from mouth to mouth, from nation to nation, because
Yes.
it is a different soul for water polo, country by country. No, you can say
Yeah,
it's like.
it's exactly right. It's the game we play, but now it's a different style, a different soul, like you say.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at the beginning it was not easy to play water polo, no, because swimming pools in Ghana are not so available for kids. Can you tell us?
No.
Can you tell us at the beginning when what you've done?
So the beginning was a little bit difficult. I started the first time I started was about 5 years ago. I made a contact to the federation. They took me to one of the only schools in the country that had a small swimming pool. And then when I came back again to really start this project in 2 years ago, we were trying to use different pools, but we would go to different pools and either the price was too high, the maintenance was incredibly low, or there was nobody there to operate the pool. And when you only have a handful of pools you can use, it really makes training difficult. But I was so very, I really, this could go. Luckily, Ghana and really all of Africa is surrounded by water, by lakes, by rivers, by beaches. So whenever we couldn't utilize a pool, we would go to a lake and train. We would go to the beach and swim. We'd go to a river, or a natural water dam, because, it's something about using the resources we have there when we don't have the same options as other people around the world. I think there's got to be maybe 2 or 3 pools that are utilized for, big competitions and even trainings. But it's just so difficult because I think we have one government pool that is used. And then aside from that, we have to really cross our fingers because sometimes we'll go to the pool and the water will be green. or sometimes we'll go to the pool and it'll just be closed, you know? So we have to get really creative and it's difficult, but the best part about it is that none of the kids shy away from a new environment to practice, you know? They're ready for it no matter what, whether it's the lake or a green swimming pool, you know, or eventually the Olympic-sized pool that we get to use at one of the universities. It's just the commitment and the creativity that we have to use.
How many people as the project now are joining the project now?
So to really name it, our last project that we had a preseason match just a little under a month ago, and we had 55 kids. That was maybe 6 different teams. But the most that we have when everybody's schedules aligned, I think we have about 80 in total. 80 kids that enjoy it and play it, and they have we got 7 teams.
That's amazing. That's amazing
Yeah.
if we think that water polo wasn't there a few years
Yeah.
ago. So it's very it's very amazing. And you were to HaBaWaBa International Festival last summer because you are a US citizen, so you have no problem with the visa to come to Italy.
Yeah, it was cool for me. I
And
had no
you've
problem.
you've seen HaBaWaBa, but you also met a lot of people for our community, for HaBaWaBa community. Did it was it useful for you for your project? Did you establish contact with these people and that could help the Black Star Polo project?
I think it was very helpful. It was very beneficial. I'll say that the trip was a tough one because I really didn't know whether or not to go because, you know, I was supposed to go with my team and ended up going along was difficult. Picking up all the bags and going to the village and all the beds were empty, you know, and seeing all the other kids having fun, it was difficult. But again, meeting the people like Radko, you know, and Bruno and Yanis and even there was somebody who introduced me from Hungary. She's been able to be a big help in sending videos and even meeting I believe he's the president of the Hungary.
Ildiko.
Yes.
Ildiko
Yes.
Schedelmeier. This is one of the pillar of the HaBaWaBa community. So
my goodness gracious, she's amazing. Yeah, we have even I'll send the videos she sent me to my kids in Ghana and they'll do the same drills and I'll send them back to her and she shows her kids in Hungary.
So HaBaWaBa was the bridge between Ghana
A
and
big bridge.
Hungary.
A very big bridge. A very, very big bridge. Yeah, it's and I think that's something I think HaBaWaBa was probably planning to do from the beginning, you know, trying to bridge international communities. And no, I definitely, because I think we took a picture together with the president of the federation. He showed up with his family as well. Was it Norbert? I think it might have been
Norbert
Norbert.
Madarash, Olympic champion
Yes.
Norbert Madarash.
Man, that was cool. That was
we have
really
the proof.
cool.
We have the video. We have the proof. So
yeah, we do.
So we have the proof of that meeting.
Yeah, we have proof. We have proof, you know, so that's good.
So coming back to your kids, you talked a lot how water polo changed the life of some of your kids, and how could change more the life of your kids. Can you explain to us why?
So what I really wanted to accomplish with the program was just giving this opportunity, you know, to some of the kids who never have maybe left the village or never have been to a school or never seen a pool before. And, you know, I think just by nature, people in Ghana are very athletic and we love opportunity. So I use that to an advantage. And we would go to different street villages and working with kids that are on the street, you know, very, very poor. And just saying, hey, do you want to come to the pool today? Or even giving them a ball and having them splash around in the beach. And then from the beach, say, hey, let's go to the pool. And just slowly but surely showing them videos and then getting them in the water and saying, hey, you can do this, try this. And it's difficult getting a lot of the kids together because, you know, they have to do what they can to survive. And some of the kids, you know, they get involved in crime, they get involved in drugs. It gets really difficult. But one of the favorite stories I like to share is that one of our players, you know, he was in those tough communities and he's now telling us that he was telling his old bosses that are making him hustle that, hey, I can't mess with you anymore because I have practice tomorrow. I have a game this weekend. And he's the one telling his teammates, guys, no, we can't go out anymore. We got to focus serious because we have training in the morning and we want to win the cup. We want to win the champion. So, like we're giving this space of like, 2 hours at the pool is 2 hours away from something that could get them in trouble. And, letting them just be open. Like some of the kids even, they have some injuries, with their legs. But when they're in the water, they get to just float and be happy and enjoy it. So it's been changing a lot of lives. It's been making a lot of people realize they can do something that they never thought they could do before. And I think the kids telling other kids how much fun they have is what grows the program and what makes more people want to be involved. So
that's really an amazing story, Asante. And we have to remember to people who is listening to us right now that the fundraising for the Black Star Polo is open, and we are posting the link for the GoFundMe link for collecting money for your project in the post we're gonna share with our social media, because it's important for water polo community to support this kind of project, and project that is going so good that other African countries invite you to for a clinic. It's right. You went to Zimbabwe.
I went to Zimbabwe. This was my second year in Zimbabwe. Man, it was that invitation was so great because it shows that other communities in Africa that play the sport are watching and they want to support and they want to also see it grow. So I actually got invited from a coach in South Africa who was able to do this club camp in Zimbabwe. So he's been following my story. He's a great friend, and he invited me to Zimbabwe. And this camp we do in Zimbabwe, it just gets a lot of great athletes from around the world, or great coaches, great lovers of the sport from Spain, from Greece. We even had the Olympic gold medalist, Elena from Italy. She was there. The goal.
Elena G, former goalkeeper of Italian Sette Rosa and member of the staff. Now is a goalkeeper coach on the Italian Sette Rosa national team.
Man, and a phenomenal goalie coach as well. But this camp was so cool because it allows you to see, in Zimbabwe, the sport is very developed, meaning they have their schools with pools, they have equipment, they have tournaments, they have games played. So it's great to see something so similar that all of us are used to in a different part of the world, in a different part of the continent. So, I mean, it was great. And then this was like a bridge between different countries, because in Zimbabwe, it's really Zimbabwe and South Africa that go against each other. So now we have Ghana also entering the room to share what we're doing with Black Star Polo and how we can just, create more like Africa Cup of Nations, create more connections and more bridges to get things going.
That should be could be a very step forward for the international movement. If we have more countries in Africa playing water polo, that will be very, very important for the water polo movement. So Asante, before to close this interview, we can say so that Black Star Polo is going to Brazil next month. It's going to Italy this time. No one can stop us. No one can stop you this time. In Italy next summer at HaBaWaBa International Festival or HaBaWaBa Plus. I don't know which kind of team are you preparing to come to Italy with which age group, but we know that will be a very good team, very motivated, very, very strong, very prepared.
Yes.
And can you give a message for your kids maybe, and for people who want to support the Black Star Polo project?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Every time the kids go to practice, I'll send a voice note on the WhatsApp audio just saying, hey, stay focused. The world will continue to support you. Even though we get disappointment, we got our disappointments in the past, but we have more success coming in the future for us, but it's not going to happen unless you stay focused and committed, and they love it. We even just had recently somebody from the US go to Ghana to do some refereeing and give some more donations. So all these things, it continues to encourage them. So for the kids, they already know we'll never give up. And for the community out there, man, this movement is so great. It's global, it's worldwide, and it's very positive, and it just needs so much support. You know, we have 10 kids planning to go to HaBaWaBa with 3 coaches, including myself. So anybody out there that's willing to sponsor a team of 13 people and help us get out there, anything you can contribute will really help us grow this water polo community and, you know, really make more history. It's amazing because, you know, Black Star Polo is not going anywhere. You'll see us at HaBaWaBa, and you'll see us rise all the way to the top because the kids are committed. I believe in them, and you know, it's the best sport in the world.
Okay. Thank you, Asante. Good luck to Black Star Polo. See you soon at HaBaWaBa.
Bless. We'll see you.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.